Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome to my big 6-month YouTubeversary. What do we call these? Anyway, 6 months ago, I started this YouTube channel and my nomad life. I didn't officially hit the road until about a week later, but I got my rig and I was loading it up and just ready to get the heck out of Dodge. So it has been quite the half a year. Oh my gosh, the things I've seen, the stuff I've learned. I made a list. I don't want to forget things. But first, let's start out with a little soup because it's hot today. And when it's really, really hot, like, approaching 100, the best thing out there is a little soup. So I'll got me a wee drama soup here. I'm going to drink it. That's some good soup. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Refreshing. On a hot day like this, you just can't beat some good soup. Alrighty. So in the past 6 months on the road, full time in it, everything I own with me and slowly but surely being schlepped off here, schlepped off there, given away, donated. Very little has been tossed, just the crappiest of crap. Everything else, if somebody could use it, it got donated. So I feel good about that. My old life is going to mean something new to somebody, so that's cool. But some of the things I have learned in the past 6 months on the road, as a newbie, a total freshie, no clue what I was doing, watching YouTube videos, went on a couple of camping trips, the summer before with some friends, but they did pretty much everything because they knew what they were doing. I just set up a tent and they'd feed me. So this has been just a whole new life number 5 for me. So I'm learning a lot. I am. For instance, I have learned how to stay cool, as cool as possible. So when it's 100 degrees out and you ain't got no AC, it takes some work. You got to put some effort into not roasting and dying. And mad props to Lori over at Lori's Way for spending the summer here, because wow, ingenious ways of staying cool. That girl's got some great advice. Oh, and thank you to her so much for fixing my tripod. She was able to snap that little thing in that looked like it should snap, but I wasn't able to do it. And I brought it over there and she's like, oh, snap. So now my tablet holder works again. I have the base as spread out as possible, a leg sticking out the front so this thing can't tip this way, and it's between my legs. I've got my, this thing ain't going nowhere. If a breeze comes up, I'm safe and I can grab it because it's within an arm's reach. It can't get anywhere to do any damage. I'm so sorry, baby. Yeah, that was a bad experience, wasn't it? Getting your face broken. Oh, yeah. Okay. Along with staying cool out here, part of the year, you got to stay warm. I figured out how to do that too. Made some videos on it. I'm going to be fine tuning it this winter. It'll be my first winter. I came out, toward the end of spring. And so I'd have some cool nights, but nothing like we're going to get. And I hear it's also supposed to be a wetter than average winter. I don't know what the wet average is, so, it'll be what it is. What else have I learned? Oh my God, mad campfire skills. Whoa. I mean, when I was traveling a couple of years ago, I couldn't make a campfire to save my butt. Just couldn't do it. I clueless. Now, sacre merde, I have that thing set up, flaming up, and going within a matter of minutes, if not seconds. It's just that damn fast. And then just putting it on there in a timely manner rather than a big old pile. A, it's going to smother a bunch. B, it's going to smoke like crazy. So yeah, just burn what's going to burn. So you're not smoking out your neighbors and the whole place. Oh my gosh. I can imagine this joint in the middle of winter. Everybody's freezing their butts off, got fires going. As it is, the air quality is crap these days. I mean, like AQI in the 100 range. Practically says, don't go outside. If you do, wear a mask. If you're a smoker, don't bother lighting one up. Just go outside and inhale. Yeah. I mean, I can still see. It's not hazy, but it's just lots of particulates, I guess. Nasty stuff. Let's see, what else have I learned here? Oh, I have learned how to set up and take down a camp in no time. Oh my gosh. Summertime, it was me and my bitch cave. I could get that thing just a matter of minutes. Boom, 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 up. And I did learn to wait for later in the afternoon when the wind is dying down to put on the rain fly. Otherwise, it gets to be a heck of a challenge. It's like, yeah. And then let the wind help you. So figure out which way the wind's going, throw it up, let it pull it over the tent for you, and, you know, stuff like that. Just little handy tips and tricks. But yeah, don't fight the wind. Do what you can when you can and wait to do the rest. And tearing down camps, oh my gosh. I mean, I hate having to do it if it's been raining because all my gear's wet and it's got to be chucked into the rig and off I go. So that's kind of a pain in the butt, finding a place in a timely manner where I can lay it all out and dry it all out again. So I've been okay so far. And thank God this big old critter over here, my winter tent, I don't have to do again until April 15th. Because that's a piece of work. I mean, it's just, you know, a few poles and a boatload of canvas. But that's heavy, 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 heavy. And it jacks me up having to schlep it around. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have it right next to the rig. It's going to be oof, in and done, but still, that's not something I would want to have to set up every couple of weeks. I'm telling you that right now. I don't even look forward to pulling out those spikes. Yeah, Zooks. Spikes. Nice ones. What else have I learned? Oh, I'm learning how to cook. Okay, technically what I'm doing is maybe not cooking, more of creatively heating and making things edible. But 6 months and I'm still here. That says a lot. A lot. Yes, I've lost some weight, but I wanted to, so that's all good. So yeah, I'm making friends with the little stove, and the little oven, pots and pans, and what I can and can't do. Such a blessing having that new fridge because the power consumption is so low that I can have it on eco mode and still keep stuff fresh. Use a fraction of the juice. Leaves more for me for my whatever else is I gotta do. So also expands my options. Today I went wild and crazy, got confident. I bought some milk. Yeah, I've been chugging right out of that carton because I've missed milk. But I'm gonna have some cereal later. Big ass bowl. Oh yeah. Cereal. I've missed cereal. So that'll be fun. What else have I learned out here? I've learned how to make new friends. Because it's been a while since I've had to go out there and try and make a new friend. I mean, I go to events with my camera and people, you know, they hang out with me because I'm weird and stuff, but it's not the same as me having to put myself out there and say, hi, I'm Shutterbug, and see where it goes from there. And so far, I have met the nicest people. Got some really sweet, sweet new friends. That's what this life is all about. Being your best self and helping others be their best selves, because friends are an opportunity to help folks. This channel is an opportunity to help folks, and I love that because I'm a helper. That's what I do. I like to help folks. Yeah. So what else have I learned? Well, this channel, YouTube. I didn't know squat about YouTubery before I started doing this. I mean, I had a video here and a couple of videos there, so I could share them with people, but nothing like what I'm doing now. Never dreamed I'd be doing this. I mean, I just put up this channel so that Mom wouldn't worry about me, so she could see for herself I'm doing okay. My sisters can watch them and say, hey, you should see what that goofball's up to now, and then sit her down and show her an episode or two. And, that's all I thought I was going to be doing with this. And here it is 6 months later. I've got, gosh, roughly 350 of you that don't even know me. You ain't even met me, and yet you're hanging out and subscribing. I think that is so cool, and I appreciate it. I'm humbled that y'all are liking what you're seeing and sticking around. That's very cool. The views, sacre merda. It's just, I was pinching myself when I got to 1,000 views. I thought, oh wow, this is like the ultimate on there. And the way you guys are going, I'm going to hit 40,000 in no time. And just keep going. And I so appreciate that. I've got binge watchers. That just blows my little mind. I'm telling you right now. Never thought that would happen. So, hi guys. I question your sanity, but hey, that's why you're here, because everybody questions mine, and we're becoming our own little sub-tribe. So, yay! Welcome, 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 all of you. This is so awesome. What else have I learned? Trip planning. Because this past summer, I thought I was escaping the monsoons here in Arizona, and so June, well, half of June, July, and August, I escaped. I left the state. Never saw a single monsoon. Apparently, y'all hardly saw any at all here. You had the heat. I was escaping heat. Record, not just awful heat. Thank you. But it was an amazing road trip. I covered 7 states. I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time in all of them. It's just like, okay, I was here, and I was here, and ooh, I don't care for this. Let's blow through it. So, but I was in 7 different states this summer. Took thousands of photos, and by golly, I'm just waiting for this weather to cool off so I can whip out the laptop again, because it does not play when it's hot. I will not ask that of it. But I got still a bunch of pictures to work up and then figure out a way to share them with you. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Whittling them down to the best of the best. That's going to take a while. They're all so fabulous. It's insane. But I will figure out a way to make a montage of the best of them so I can put up a video here somehow. So you can watch it here and not have to trot off to my Facebook or my website or something else. So yeah, let's see. Weather. I've learned a lot about the weather. When I first came out, I actually kind of believed weather apps. Oh yeah. Nope. I have since learned that you just look around. If you see clouds anywhere, then you pop onto the app that you can actually really trust and get the radar. So you can see what's in the area, what's coming, what direction, all that stuff. Then you go check your wind, because out here wind is everything, and it can change on a dime. So you have to know what's coming. So check your wind app and be prepared, because if it's going to all of a sudden be fine today and tomorrow, for some reason it's going to spike up to 60 mile an hour, you want to know about that and be ready. You want to be preparing for it today before it's in the 40s, before you figure out, oh my God, it's going to be in the 60s. I better do something. So yeah, you got to be prepared. You got to watch the wind, because that's going to just destroy everything faster than critters will. Critters. That's another thing you have to learn how to deal with out here. I've been hearing something in my dash. Oh joy. It's been about a week. So I did the pounding on the dash and honking the horn. Got some raid. I wasn't sure if they were in the engine or where they were in there. So I just blasted raid everywhere, because that's all I got. I went out and bought some cayenne pepper, and I've been sprinkling that all over the place, on the engine, on the tires, around the tires, access points on the vehicle, even my welcome mat, because my first few weeks here, I was getting a crap on or about that mat every morning. Somebody saying, "Hi, I want to play in your tent and I can't. Damn it!" So I literally peppered that thing to keep him off my mat and away from my door. Because anything that gets a snoot full of that's going to think twice about coming back to this place. And I got some lights that I'm putting inside under the dash on the floorboards because there's enough opening where I can shine it up because they don't like light. And every so often I'll throw on the tunes and kind of crank them up a little bit too because they don't like loud noises. I think that might be working. I haven't heard any noises from the dash in a couple of days. So hopefully he found me as inhospitable as I could possibly be. Oh, and dryer sheets. I got some really stinky dryer sheets. I'm stuffing those all over the place too because they don't like smelly stuff. Yeah, so we'll see how well that works. When I put my little eyeballs underneath behind my tires under the engine to kind of light it up, and they change colors so they're unpredictable, and I hope that kind of bothers them and makes them want to go. So it's just, you got to be vigilant with the critters out here. Never ever think, oh, they don't like me anymore, I'm okay. They'll be back. And then if you're like Lori, she had a sidewinder. It's like, whoa, you get the snakes, you get the scorpions. They had a really big scorpion they found with a black light. Yeah, all the ickies are over there. I'm still just dealing with pack rat or something. Kangaroo rats, something like that. I don't know. But hopefully we'll come to a truce and he'll realize that this is not home. Everything else was home. This it's new, but it's not for him. Not at all. But I haven't seen any signs of a nest that I can see from what I can see, because it's pretty enclosed up in this area. Alrighty, so things that I am noticing about myself over the past 6 months. I am getting stronger and leaner. But stronger, more flexible. You have to be, especially when this thing's full. There's a lot of crap to be crawling over, and slow motion. Just carefully drag this. Oh, don't. It's an art. Actually, it's a sport that I'm inventing for the Senior Olympics. The slow motion assisted senior parkour. This is getting around your damn rig and all the crap in there. You can use your hands to steady yourself. Fair enough. What else? I am getting a lot more creative with problem solving because I'm always coming up against problems. Well, not really problems, but it's just like tarp. How do you get that over tent? You don't tie it to a rock, that's for sure. Stupid rock. Every time I come back into camp, getting this tarp back over the rig and secured. Not the easiest thing, but I've had to figure out how to do it. Just all kinds of little things. It's like, how the heck am I gonna, because it's just me. So I have to figure out, if I need another person to help do something, how am I gonna fake that other person and still be able to do it by myself? So very, very creative. I mean, heck, I have created my own home here. I had an empty rig, just a cargo van, former U-Haul, and I have converted it into my home. And over there, I've got outbuildings. Yeah, that's it. Well, I got my breezeway, and I came up with this all by myself, figuring how I want it oriented, which seems to work pretty well, having everything facing north. So I'm guaranteed to have shade and no light coming in through my windshield. So I'm pleased with this choice. So yeah, I'm doing good so far. Just thinking things through. It's like, okay, what about this? What about this? I mean, I know in the wintertime the wind's going to be coming from the north, but that's okay. I can always drop that flap, secure it, and it's not going to blow the living crap out of everything in my tent anyway. I mean, I'll deal with whatever comes when it comes, because that's what we have to do. You know, don't go looking for trouble. Don't go buying trouble. Don't go asking for trouble. But when something comes up, be ready to deal with it creatively on your own with competence and confidence. That's important. What else? I'm getting more adventurous. I am doing stuff I never, ever, 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 ever thought I would do. Oh, for the sake of Pete. Who dat? Shh. Nobody I know. Okay. Yeah, the roads I take, the places I stay out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, all by myself on these god awful roads. And I'm okay with it. I am. I'm not scared out here. I mean, the only time I've been freaked out here is when I had to hang out in civilization 4th of July week, when I was harassed, vandalized, invaded. I seriously thought about getting a gun that week, because there's no civilized in civilization. Everybody wanted my campsite and had no respect for the fact that I was already there. And it was awful. I just wanted to go as far away as I could to get away from people, so I wouldn't go around shooting people. Because dang, they were such douchebags that weekend. Oh my God, it was the worst that this country had to offer, and other countries. They weren't all Americans. And it's like, damn. But it's rare. It is rare. The douchebags are out there, and sometimes they concentrate, but they're rare. Out here, I don't anticipate meeting a whole lot of douchebags. I really don't. Because it's the tribe. And so far, what I've met of the tribe is a freaking awesome bunch. You know, there's weirdos in every bunch. And they're not all good weirdos, but some of us are good weirdos. You lucked out. You found me. What else have I learned? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm humbled by all of this, by everyone who has done this before me. Bob and the gang at Howa, everything they do, all the help they try to give our community, the older gals out there in their 70s, 80s, still keeping on, living in a rig, doing everything that we have to do, older and hurting more and less physically capable of doing a lot of things that they could do 20 years ago. Piece of cake. Yeah, now crap. So yeah, very humbled by others out here doing this, and appreciative of the advice that they give and the help. And you know, my fridge angel, hey, I got a spare fridge, you want it? What? Yeah. It's just little things like that that are huge things, you know, to somebody else. And that just it does humble me hugely that I'm a part of all this, and that I can do my part in all this by helping out some of you guys, maybe with some tips and advice. Not advice, I tip, you know, I tip well. So my waitresses love me. And I am impressing myself, which isn't easy. I am very hard to impress. I really am. And I am impressing myself with what I am capable of doing out here. I mean, I'll grant you, it is not always easy. Some days, weeks, absolutely suck. I mean, when my van, you know, decided to take the main drive belt and go, you don't know why that happened. Just deal with it. Really? You have to. You gotta deal with stuff like that. Just all the oddball little crap, like this thing going push and shattering. It's like, okay, granted, when I deal with it, first I become Godzilla after he's walked through a room full of Legos. Yeah, it's not a pretty sight, and I just go fucking nuts because I'm really pissed off because there's one rule I have for everything I have here. Everything I own, you come into my area here, one rule, don't fuck with me. It's my one rule, because you start messing with me and it gets all bad, because then my hands have to get involved. That's the hardest part about this whole life out here, is that my hands don't want to be involved. My hands want to be hanging out at a day spa, being pampered, massaged and soaked and waxed. Oh, but no, they're out here getting dirt under the nails. I think I finally got most of it. Having to do absolutely everything, and they don't appreciate that. And there's been days where I thought for sure they're going to jump off, run up my arm, strangle me to death, and then go find the Addams family and hang out with things. Yeah, so that is the hardest part, is having to deal with I call it an unhandicap, because these hands are very unhandy. So, yeah, my unhandicap. But it is what it is. I knew it was going to suck going in. I didn't know it was going to suck this badly. And I can't wait to see what the future holds there, because that's going to blow huge chunks. But what you going to do? It is part of life. I got to live with it. Nothing I can do about it. So, it is what it is. So there you go. That's 6 months of living and learning and experiencing and impressing. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Come on. Shoot. 6 months and I'm still here. And all of you are here. And that's just so freaking cool. I love that. So I am going to bid you all a fond adieu, because it's coming up on a half-hour mark. And if you're still here, thanks for watching and sticking around. You are the bomb. If you're coming out this way, get come still gobs of space. Gobs and gobs and gobs of space. Yeah. And hot. It's going to be cooling down. I don't know how. When you cool down soup, you blow on it. When you cool down a hot desert, you really have to blow on it. So, yeah, we'll see what comes. But that's a few days down the road. I will let you know on that one. And I will find fun and interesting things to just go out there and shoot for you once it cools down a bit. But for now, I'm staying cool. You stay cool. None of that normal crap. None of that behaving crap. Yeah, just go out there and be your bestest, most fabulous you. That's all I ask. And wait till you see what happens, because you rub off on people. People rub back off on you, and you become more bestest and fabulous. It's just, yeah, chain reaction and all that. So I will catch you guys down the road. Shutterbud.